Hi, my name is Christina Welch and I am the owner of Christina Welch Floral. I am a freelance floral designer for over 25 years. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the most amazing Valentine's Day rose heart. Here it is here, and it's just the sweetest little thing ever. It's easy to make and it smells wonderful. First off, I want to get into the materials. I have my 3M Super 77 adhesive spray glue. I have my Oasis Rose Heart. I have my spray roses, which you can purchase from either Trader Joe's or your local grocery store, and your loose lavender. And I also have here as well my French ribbon in two different sizes. I have the thicker and I have the thinner. So it's preferably what you want to use. And I also have a pair of scissors that I use and a paper clip. And underneath I have the parchment paper. Before I begin, I did some preparation work. So I want to show you what I've done. I've taken a little bowl with water in it, and I've taken my spray roses and I've pre-cut them and soak them. I've also been soaking my rose heart as well. So this Oasis, it needs to be soaking for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's really important to get a good soaking on it because you don't want any sort of air pockets in there and dry little spots inside the Oasis. So this has been soaking for about 10 to 15 minutes. And let's see, I have here my spray roses. Now, it's really important that you get the spray roses because I want to show you the difference. You don't want a rose this size. So you see the rose, how much bigger it is? They are small roses, but they're not the actual large roses. So you want, for your Valentine's Day rose heart, you want your spray roses. And I've pre-cut all my little spray roses that I need for my little rose heart. So I'm going to pull out the rose heart that I've been soaking in the water. So it's all nice and moist. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3M Super 77. And what you want to do when you work with the spray aerosols, it's important you want to do this outside or in proper ventilation. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this ugly plastic. We're going to cover this ugly plastic look on this rose. And if you don't feel comfortable, if you're doing this inside, I definitely would not recommend doing this inside. And if you also, you might want to wear a mask as well. And now we're going to take the lavender. The loose lavender is really fun. I'm going to scooch this over here, just a second here. And I'm going to bring over the lavender. And I'm going to just turn it over. And I'm going to pat it on with my hands. Pat the sides really well. It's important that you get hide up every little plastic spot on the back of the wreath. And it takes about 2 handfuls of the lavender, and it just depends on how many of these rose hearts you're making. You just order a larger portion of the lavender, loose lavender. And gosh, it smells so good. And there you go, you have it all around. If you don't have parchment paper, you can also put it on a plate, maybe a paper plate. And you want to give it a little shake. You want to do some real edges in here. If you want to wear a pair of gloves, by all means, get yourself a pair of gloves too. Don't be afraid to get messy. So it's real important to keep filling it in, and if it's, I'm going to grab another rose heart that I have done. So what you don't want it to look is like this, patchy. See how it's all patchy? But you know what? You can also grab your spray again. There's little patches still left on here. And just spray in there where those little patches are. And if you need to grab another scoopful of lavender, go for it. So I'm going to put more lavender on there. And again, like I said, you want to spray this glue outside because it is very toxic smelling. You don't want to press too hard on your heart on the oasis either, because you don't want indents in your oasis. Okay, so this looks good. So it's kind of messy here, but that's okay. It smells like lavender. And so your second step would be putting that ribbon through the hole. There's a little tiny hole at the top of, I don't know if you can see it. And what I use is a paper clip. I undo a paper clip, just a regular size paper clip, because you're gonna thread that ribbon through the hole, and I will show you how to do that. And I have two different sizes of ribbon. I have the thicker ribbon and I have the thinner ribbon. And I think I'm going to do the thinner ribbon today because I've been doing a couple of the thicker, and it's easy to do. So what I'm going to do is turn around my little heart, and then I'm going to feed it through the hole. And then just keep feeding it. Feed the ribbon through the hole. Just keep going until it comes out the other way, and then just pull it. So it's important not to when you're pulling, you're threading your ribbon through, is not to hold on to the oasis part. You want to hold on to the sides here. So there you go. I have my little ribbon thread through. I have pre-soaked my roses, as I mentioned earlier. These are my spray roses, and I've clipped them to about 1 inch or so. You know, it's important to clip them, maybe the stem a little bit longer. So the shorter, just for reference in the future when you're working with flowers, you know, you always want to cut your stem at an angle because it sucks up the water better. So I am going to move this up, and I'm going to start on the outside of my heart. So every time I insert the roses into the oasis, I give them a fresh, clean cut. Just a little bit. You don't want to do too much. And you just keep going around as a base or a frame. Just keep moving along. Keep going. And these roses you can find, like I said, at your local grocery store or Trader Joe's. I think they run about like $4.99. And you can pick whatever color you want to do. These are kind of like a pretty corally color. And if you notice in the background, I have one of my rose hearts in the background set up, hanging. And the fun thing about these, they last like 8 to 10 days fresh. And you just keep adding water, just a little 2 tablespoons of water into the rose heart. Now I take smaller roses and stick them in here to give it that. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, let me move these roses over here. And I just love the little buds. These little buds just add just a little fun little texture to your rose heart. And if you'd like, you can stick these, once you're finished with them, you can stick them in a box. And make sure if you stick them in a box, you use a wax tissue paper, because if you use regular tissue paper, of course it's going to get wet and then it's not going to look good, the wax. Or maybe you can even put like even parchment paper in your box. That would work too. It's just something that's going to catch the water. And after these, eventually after these have died out, then they dry. So you have a fresh wreath, little rose heart, then you have something that's dried. And unfortunately you just can't use the Oasis over because it'll have too many holes in it. And so it's important to do the outside of your heart. Now I'm all finished. There we go. And here it is. It's absolutely adorable. Here is your Valentine's Day rose heart. It's really cute. And that's the Valentine's Day rose heart. You can follow me on Instagram at Christina Welch Floral, or you can go on my website at ChristinaWelchFloral.com. Shoot me an email and just list your comments. I would love to hear from you. And thanks so much for watching.